That's adorable.
Chicle. Hey guys, welcome to Chicle Chat. It's your boy Chicle. You're probably wondering, why am I in a police car? Because it is Autism Awareness Month and we're just taking pictures of a police car with puzzle pieces. I'll explain a little bit more about that later, but we just did some photo shoots. I think I'm gonna do an interview a little bit later. My sister Bailey is right over here. A couple of deputies and sheriffs. And we also have Brody in the blue jacket with his mom, Melissa. Before we continue with this video, make sure you guys hit the like button, the subscribe button, and that notification bell. And show your support by wearing blue all month long. Maybe not all month long, but at least one day. Okay, so we are inside the Douglas County Sheriff's Office because we're about to do interviews real quick. So the reason why we have the police car with puzzle pieces on it is because Autism Awareness Month, we're showing, autism awareness. I think this is like the first county to do something like this. I don't think there's any other county in any other state to do this. It's just like autism is starting to become more of a big thing, and it just kind of shows awareness and acceptance. So we're gonna talk more about that later, but right now we're about to go in. I think the sheriff is doing an interview, and then I'm gonna do an interview, and then the little 11-year-old Brody, who also has autism, is going to be doing the interview. So we're gonna get done, and then I'm gonna go straight to Zoom classes, and then we'll talk more about autism awareness. Chicle! We're back. I just got into some comfy clothes, got the whole setup. So now that we got all that, let's ask the question. What is autism? Autism is a disorder that impairs the ability to communicate and interact. Sometimes it affects our behavior, sometimes our nervous system, which is why we are very, very sensitive, especially when we are little. Kids are very sensitive with hearing. They usually just don't like loud sounds or loud music. But for me, when I was growing up, I was at a dance studio, so I've gotten used to it. And then there's also certain ways we communicate. We go up to a group of people and we say things that don't make sense. Sometimes someone would say something and we'd be like, what? Because, we can't hear everything, but we're not deaf, just so we're clear. And sometimes we just don't use our eye contact to communicate, and sometimes we just don't understand how other people feel because we just don't sense that for some reason. And so for some of us, we're not affectionate, and for some of us, we don't talk a lot. We either don't say anything or we talk a lot, to the point where someone loses interest of the conversation. People tend to isolate from others, and it's not a good feeling. We are rejected a lot just because of how different we are. So I like to take this time to talk a little bit about myself. I have been growing up with autism pretty much my entire life. I was diagnosed when I was almost 2 years old. I went to a couple facilities and therapy sessions and different things. Sometimes when I go to school, I usually have the aide pull me out of class to do special education. Growing up in my teenhood and now being an adult, things have been different now. I'm more functioned than ever. I've been persevering with school. I have been persevering with dance. I've been persevering with, a lot of things about myself that are very challenging, and there's a lot of obstacles to go through, and with the help of my family and friends, I am where I'm at right now. I was in New York until this whole thing, which, I'll get to that part later. But I just want to let you guys know that the reason why I'm making this vlog is because it is Autism Awareness Month. It is April. And you guys notice that this year's different because we're all staying home for social distancing. But I am not going to call it that. I'm rather call it physical distancing, because we have social media, and the only reason why we're distancing each other is because we need to physically be away from each other so we don't spread anything. So for some of you, you don't like the idea of social distancing / physical distancing, whatever you guys want to call it. And maybe for some of you, you don't like this, therefore you are very depressed and you're very anxious and you're just going insane and you're just I'm never gonna get through this. And I just want to let you guys know that everything is going to be okay. Just make sure that you take some time to reach out to someone, shoot a message, FaceTime somebody, give a quick call, and I think you'll be okay. And for all of us who are handling this very well, give yourself a pat on the back and treat yourself with a cookie from your quarantine snack cupboard, because it's been almost a month now. You guys are doing pretty good. Now, if you guys were to ask me about how I feel about being isolated in this scenario like this, I have to say, I'm used to it. I mean, it kind of sounds dark because I did mention that I had a hard time making friends and talking to people at a young age. And therefore people would just, walk away and isolate. I've been getting used to it. So like the fact that I'm being isolated, it's a different reason. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm being isolated because that's what the government is saying. That's what our doctors are saying. That's what my parents are saying. That's what everybody is saying. But as long as we all communicate with each other and stay connected and that we all, keep in touch, I think we all should be okay. It's all gonna be okay. How is this connected with Autism Awareness Month? Well, first of all, I just wanted to remind you guys that it's Autism Awareness Month because, it's April. And I just noticed that there's one little thing about us that's related to the scenario of, okay, like we're all being isolated, that it's not a bad thing. And you may disagree, and that's totally fine. But I promise you guys, I think you'll learn a lot from all of this. I mean, I've learned a lot about different things being isolated, being home in Nevada. For one thing, I haven't been home in a long time because I've been in New York for work and for school so much that I don't get to spend as much time with my family. Two, I get to settle down and I get to rethink about everything that I've done and to think about what I get to do. But I'm not gonna jump to it right away. And I actually can be more aware about myself. I'll be more aware about how I eat, how I take care of myself, seeing how I am with everybody else. And I know you get a lot of people, talking about this and that. And for me, I'm not the best when I say this, but make sure that you just keep doing what everyone's telling you to do so that we can stay healthy and safe. And make sure, most of all, that you get your phone out and that you send a message to somebody that you care about. Make sure that you send a message, even if it's a simple hi, even if you can't pick up the phone to call, or just send a heart emoji, because even if you have a lot going on and you can't have time to talk, at least you'll let them know that you're thinking about it and that you love them. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Next week, we're doing a challenge video. I said that last week, but I wanted to make this video because I really wanted to think about what kind of video I wanted to make, and I thought this would be a good time to make it. But I promise I'm not gonna throw a last minute video. Next week we're doing a challenge video, and I hope you guys enjoy that. And that's all the time that we have. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.